Salute. Salute to the YouTube family. You already know what it is. Melanite Sports, the Red Corner podcast with my co-host Micah. You already know what it is. We're here to talk boxing. We're here to talk MMA. You feel me? If you're in the building, like the video, share, subscribe. You already know the drill. So, big news today, Micah. I don't know if you heard,
It's- What
is
is
that
it?
Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford rematch is no longer going to take place.
Oh yeah. I heard he retired.
I don't know if he retired. I don't think he
I
retired.
heard, or
You
was that Earl Spencer? No, that's sorry, that was Shakur Stevenson
Yeah, Shakur
that
Stevenson.
I
Yeah,
heard retire.
yeah, which is cap, of course. I really do
He's
not see
probably
him
gonna do the same
retiring.
thing that Tio does, or that
Exactly.
Tio did.
Yep.
He's just gonna. I mean, like it's not dumb because like if he retires, they're gonna give him more money to come back. You know?
Right, but the thing is, like, he's not actually retired. Like, if he actually retired, like, if he gave up his belts, like, if he actually said, "No, I'm not," I'm not signing anything new, then I would say, okay, you're right. But literally, they stayed like Tio. He stayed retired for literally maybe a week. Like he didn't like, and then he didn't drop his like. So okay, if you're gonna retire, all right, drop your belts.
Hmm.
That's how we know you're serious. Drop your belts. Don't sign any more fights. Don't sign any more contracts. You're done. But
Yeah.
these dudes, say it's a publicity stunt, which it gets us talking about them, but it also makes you look like a capper. So I don't know which one's better. You know, I don't know what if it's if it's worth the reward of us talking about you when our now my assumption of you has changed. Now I know you're a clown essentially. You know what I'm saying? And Shakur Stevenson is falling under that category, unfortunately. But this is how some of these dudes this is how some of these dudes do. Um, but the Errol Spence fight is apparently no longer going to take place. So basically what happened was couple weeks ago he released a video of him coming out of the surgery room. He had cataracts, so he had to remove the cataracts out of his eye. So apparently, due to various reasons, but apparently that's one of the reasons. Um, and apparently it's just not going to take place anymore. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's is it because he needs to recover?
Well, I suppose, but again, the fight happened 6 months ago, so it's very confusing on why they took this long to do the surgery. The fight happened in July. It's January. It's the new year. Why did it take this long to do the surgery?
Maybe they just got worse.
Yeah,
Maybe they weren't that bad, and then they got worse, and then he's like, "I need to do the surgery." Man, it's
yeah, I
honestly
could believe
crazy.
it.
Cataracts are crazy. Cause
What
I
can you
watched.
break down what cataracts is?
It's literally, bro, like your pupils, like or not your pupils, but like whatever that over your pupils and like your like I guess your cornea is that's what it is, like the area outside your like in our eyes it'd be the eye, like the part of the eyes that's like brown, like the part of the eyes that has the color, like I don't know if that's the cornea, but basically all of that, bro, in your pupils, they get like this like almost like they get like this hard substance over them, like they almost get like crystals, like almost like glass over it, like hazy glass.
Uh,
So like it's very common in like older people. Like it's way more common in like old people. So honestly, he's the first young person that I've heard of having cataract surgery. Like I've heard dogs get like older dogs getting cataracts, and they can't see anymore. Um, but that's basically what happens is like your eyes get like this like hard glass like crystal like covering over them. I think it's just calcium is what I think it
Oh,
is.
okay. It's built up
Um,
calcium.
yeah, it could be. I mean, like, hold on a second, because I want to be correct. Oh yeah, cataracts, dog, cataract. Oh my god, bro.
If you're watching,
This
like the
thing.
video, share,
Oh yeah, there
subscribe.
it
You
is.
guys already know. Um, we're talking about cataracts in Errol Spence's eye and why it took so long for him to go ahead and do the surgery. Because Micah, he said
Hmm.
this month, he said that basically before the fight, he he couldn't see, but he
Hmm.
still went ahead with the fight. You know, which
Yeah.
is quite disappointing. But I get why he did it, and just this is just kind of like with the Volk situation where um it's obviously much different, but it's in the same mindset where you feel like you need to do this fight right now,
Hmm.
and you continue to just pass through everything, and and disregard any type of small issues that happen, and you just go ahead, but you're not fully prepared. And honestly, I think, and me, I think Errol Spence would have lost either way. But I think if he had prepared more and if he was injury free, I don't think he would have lost like that. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. So just to go back for a second. So
yeah,
basically, like your eye has a lens over it, and then like as you get older, the proteins in your eyes they start to break down and then clump together over the lens,
jeez.
so it makes the lens like basically super cloudy. It makes it like clumpy. Like so yeah, it's like kind of like they get
Oh
like
my,
this hard like protein like shell over them, and it's very cloudy, very blurry. So you basically like it could get to the point where it's like all you can see is just like blurry shadows of people basically.
that
Like I don't want to say shadows, like you could still see like color a little bit, but like
my dad had cataracts.
did he have surgery?
Yeah, they had surgery. I
Yeah,
just remembered that a while ago. Yeah, he did have cataracts and they removed
yeah.
it.
My
He's had bad
grandfather had
eyes.
it. My grandfather had it on my mom's side.
Hmm.
Um
Hmm.
yeah, but you can basically like at age 40. I mean not everybody gets them, but like at age 40
You know
uh
what's interesting is that cat is Errol Spence is Jamaican.
oh yeah,
He's
yeah.
Jamaican, and
So
I
that's
don't know
maybe
whether
connected.
it's yeah, and I could easily see, I don't know if if it's a genetic thing or this stuff goes, generations and generations down. But yeah, Errol Spence he's just like us. He's first generation. Um, you know,
Hmm.
just like Aljamain and stuff like that. Um, so do you okay? Well, let me just say this. It's a little bit again, like I said, I think Errol Spence would have lost regardless. Um, but it's a little bit like
That's
these guys are humans. These
hmm
guys are humans, and let me explain what I mean by that. Is Errol Spence to this day never really lied about anything he was going to do, anything that he said he was, that he did, whatever. He always remained, the same. That he said he was going to go ahead and fight Terence Crawford once he cleaned up his side, and he remained, and he didn't have to take the fight as far as they were pushing the Keith Thurman fight for a long time, right? And
hmm
you know, he decided to go ahead with the Terence Crawford fight. And again, that fight is not obviously he's the toughest guy. He's pound for pound number one, right? So um it's just a little bit it's like seeing it's like seeing a superhero get humbled. Like
hmm
again, like I said, I think Errol Spence would have lost regardless. I made videos about it. We always talked about it. I think Terence Crawford was a superior fighter. But to see such, Errol Spence is such a he's a guy, what I'm saying? He's such a guy. He's a um when I say guy, I mean, just someone that stays true to their word, an honorable guy, an honorable man, and to see
hmm
him essentially have to bend the knee is just a little bit like when you see a guy just fall from very high, in status, I suppose.
Mhm.
You just see how they, we don't know how he's gonna bounce back. We don't, but we see the reactions of people, and we see that he now has to bend the knee and stuff like that. Like, in a way, I think it's definitely safer for him not to take the rematch, of course. But at the same time, it's like,
Yeah,
we know we know he wants to, or at least said he wants to go out on the Shield,
yeah,
just like Deontay Wilder. He said, "Don't stop the fight. I want to go out on my Shield. I want to, what I'm saying. I want to give it my all." And I think that's something that we should appreciate. I hate the Errol Spence slander. It's disgusting, personally. Um, you know, he loses one fight and everyone says he needs to retire. It's very
yeah.
crazy. The OGs lost many fights.
You
They
know,
got knocked out
it's
and they
that thing, bro. It's the
go ahead.
thing, man, where it's like you just can't lose, or
Or
it's
they
like,
just
oh,
lose
well,
so
at
much
least you
faith in you.
retire.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. They lose so much respect and faith. Like, to me, I'll say, like, okay, if you were losing consistently, you know, and if you're doing the same similar stuff, like, um, then yeah, okay, I'll lose a bit. I'll lose faith in you. Like Deontay Wilder, I don't want to see him again. Not because I don't think he's a great fighter, but I think he's over the hill. I think,
Think
you
he's just
know,
gonna decline from here?
I think he's on his decline. So why see him? Why see the decline of a great, of a great champion?
Yeah,
Once was a great champion. So to me, he's
yeah.
lost, two or three times now in a similar manner. Not oh actually, well, that's a lie. I can't say that, but in a manner where into do it, to people essentially that he could have won it, that he could have beat, right?
Didn't
So
he lose to another guy other than Tyson Fury?
yeah, yeah, this is just
Forgot.
December.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Joseph
Who was it?
Parker.
Yeah,
Joseph
yeah, yeah,
Parker.
yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
he
now.
didn't throw his right hand. I
Hmm.
could count in 12 rounds. I could count how many times he threw the right hand with conviction. It was the most bizarrest thing. And then he comes out with an interview and he said, he doesn't have his killer instinct anymore. He has to find it. And that's the thing about that's another example of how a great man essentially falls so far, and essentially they got to get humbled. But I don't want to say like humbled where it's like it's just due. I don't want to say that, but it's like um you know the
Just realizes
backlash.
he's human. He's human.
Right. And I realize it as well. Obviously, I know that.
Yeah,
I think you understand
I
what I'm
know what you
saying.
mean. Yeah,
Right, exactly. It's like, damn, this guy he's a human being. He can be beat. He can be, he may have to bend the knee sometimes. Like, it's like, damn, you never want to see it, but sometimes it's inevitable. Sometimes it's gonna happen. And it's like seeing your superhero. It's like seeing a superhero take off their mask and realize, damn, like he's just like everyone else. So, and
I.
that's he's a regular guy, you know. And that's how I feel about Errol Spence. I think he's only 33. He's the same age as Canelo. I think he's younger than Canelo. So he still has good 3 to 4 years that he could go ahead. So he just needs to, recover,
Yeah,
right? He'll be, and again, like you always say, like boxing fans never forgive these losses. Um, it's just I hate it, man. I hate it. I really wish we would take a book from MMA guys, and you know, because I mean, you got a guy like Anderson Silva.
yeah,
This guy lost a lot, right? How many losses?
yeah.
Like eight losses, 9 or 10 losses, something like that.
The exact. Oh, let me not close the stream. Not close the tab.
Damn, bro.
The exact
Anytime you do anything,
number.
other than on your computer, bro, it lags bad.
Yeah, I just
You know.
opened a new one. That's fine. I have a few tabs open right now. So give me 1 second and I'll close it.
Okay.
The exact Anderson Silva's 11, 34 and 11.
34-11. And
Mm-hmm.
we've seen better records than that, but it's the people he beat, of course. But
Yeah.
he's still revered as one of the best middleweights in the world, in history.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
No.
that he lost. You can lose. You know, but and again, I don't know. I just think it's sad that boxing fans do this stuff. because and then we complain about how we don't get the best fights. Well, I kind of understand why these dudes don't be fighting the best because once if they lose everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like some of these dudes lose everything. They lose their whole style. They lose everything they've worked up against. And it's like only certain fighters can lose. Canelo can lose, and he still can retain his status as one of the greatest. And he does have a great resume, obviously, and I think he definitely is you know, one of the greatest fighters. Um, but he's lost multiple times. He's had controversial wins, right? But people forgive all that stuff. And I'm not saying, you know, certain people get certain treatment as far as not treatment, but as far they get certain reactions of the fans.
Mhm.
And they'll still allow them to do certain things, or like Tank. And this is gonna get bring us into our next segment. Tank is allowed now. People are getting on him now, but he is allowed to essentially not fight. He has not fought one of the top dudes in his whole career. He
Yeah.
does have good wins, but he has not fought the guy that like okay, this guy might beat him. He's never fought one. But basically, what's going on with Tank is that his team continues to lie on Devin Haney. Now, if you're watching the video, yes, I'm a Devin Haney fan, Devin Haney supporter, not because I like the dude, right? Yes, he's a cool dude, cool, right? But it's what he's doing in the sport. He's finding the best people available. Okay, and I feel it's very necessary to reward dudes that do that, that want to fight the best people available. So they say that Devin Haney is asking for 50-50, 60-40, but it's already been confirmed that he is asking for the same thing that Ryan Garcia got. Then I have people saying that that Devin Haney is asking for 30 million because that's how much Ryan made. So stupid. First of all, Ryan made 30 million because the pay-per-views were so high and that he made it on the back end. But Ryan Garcia got like a guarantee of like $3 million. So if that's all Tank is doing, if that's all Devin is asking
3?
for, he got like a guaranteed, like, okay, you're gonna get for sure 3 million, but then you get a percentage of the back end money. You get a percentage of the pay-per-views, you get a percentage of the gate, right? Um, which is great, right? Which is great. I believe they both made
Yeah.
around, I probably take maybe around 40 million. But regardless, Devin's not asking for all that. And also Devin already offered him a 20 million guarantee. Remember now. Tank, I believe, was guaranteed, I think 5 million, 5 or 10. It was in the 5 or 10 million range of guaranteed money. But Devin Haney offered him a 20 million guarantee. So he stands to make the biggest bag that he's most likely ever made. As long as the pay-per-views hold up, which I'm sure they will, I estimate around 800,000 probably
So much
pay-per-views.
fucking money, bro.
So much money,
So
man.
much money.
Man,
How much are the guys on the undercard making? That's what I want to know.
bro, they're not even making a fraction of that, bro. Like that's the thing about boxing, bro. The 1% they make a lot, but everyone else they don't make that much, you know? And that's why
Yeah.
I think Dana White came out the other day and was talking about Jim Miller. Did you see that quote that he said?
Mhm.
You saw
No,
you know what
no,
I'm
no,
talking about?
no.
Okay.
Say it again.
So basically Dana White was saying,
I'll tell you if I've heard it.
you think you heard it?
Yeah, yeah, say it.
Okay, so basically he was saying like the top dudes in boxing, yes, they make more, but dudes like Jim Miller as far as journeyman that have never become a champion but have remained a contender, those dudes don't make nearly as much as dudes in MMA because he said that Jim Miller has made millions in the UFC. That's
Yeah.
what he's saying. I mean, he's been around forever. He's been around since apparently since they bought the company, right? So
I mean, yeah, I don't remember exactly what his first fight was. He fought
how
at
old is the
UFC
guy?
100, UFC 200, and now he's
Right,
set to fight at UFC 300.
right, right.
So, yeah, he's been around for a minute, bro. He's been around for a while. I need
How
to go
old
back
is he
and look.
though?
He's not that old. I mean, 30, he's in his late 30s at least. Let's
Gotta be
see.
right.
Jim Miller. American mixed martial artist. Jim Miller is he's 40. Yeah, he's 40. Born in
He's
83.
40.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, so he's really young when he started then.
Yeah.
'Cause he's not
Yes.
I mean, that's old, but that's not, like, dinosaur old.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what, Tony's, like, 39, right?
Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, Tony's, like, 39 or something like that.
Ooh, Tony. Actually, I think he might be younger than that. Honestly. Oh, you're right.
39,
39.
39, and he's on a losing streak.
He's about to turn 40, February
Yeah.
12th.
Man, it's the bodies, man. Some guys, but Tony was champion,
Interim
material. No,
champ.
no,
Yeah.
right, but yeah, he was champion material, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
like, uh, Jim Miller never made it to champion, right?
Mm-mm.
Did he ever get interim?
Miller. Nah, no, he's never even fought for a title.
Damn, he never what what
Really
what what what
crazy.
weight is he? What weight is he?
Jim Miller, I think, is 185 or
No way.
170.
No way. Not possible. He's a
Yeah,
small guy, bro.
oh, no, 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 you're
He's
right,
lightweight.
155.
Yeah, he's
No,
lightweight.
yeah, no, 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 yeah, he's 155. He's set to fight Bobby Green, that's right,
Okay.
at, uh UFC 300. I don't know
Right.
why I would think that. I'm thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of another guy who's been around for a long time.
Do you give it like what do you think about Bobby? Has Bobby Green ever been interim or are you being close? No, that's too much of a stacked division for him.
No, I mean, he fought Islam.
Yeah, he fought Islam.
But nah, no, not really. He's never been a champion. I mean, like if you think about it, bro, like in the history of the UFC, there hasn't been that many champions. Like it's only since '93. I mean that it started. Um,
How
uh,
hard how hard do you think it become how hard do you think it is to become a champion in the UFC?
extremely hard, the hardest. I think it's harder than any other sport. It's harder than any other
Break
sport to become
break,
a
break that
champion.
break that down. What goes into it? Obviously we know to win, but for people watching if like with the dedication and all that, if you can break that down.
I mean, dog, it's first of all the training. You think about other sports, right? I mean, you look at basketball, you look at soccer, you look at all these other sports, even wrestling. The amount to which you break your body down, you take shots, excuse me, you take shots, you take damage. You get injured. No one goes into a fight 100%. They always go into a fight something hurts. You know, you think about that in like basketball, bro. People take basketball, take games off because I bruised my left heel, or my knee is sore, so I'm gonna sit this game out. Load management. I mean, you could have that in fighting, but it's so detrimental. It's so detrimental in fighting. The basketball, I get. You have 82 games a year in the regular season. You
Mhm.
could take a game off, something like that. For load management, it's just like you can't do that in fighting.
Right.
To be at the to be a champion in the UFC, you have to, if you're unless you are already a big star or something like unless it's a situation with like Alex Pereira. He was already champion. He was already a kickboxing champion. He'd already beat a guy. He had already knocked out the current your current champion in a different sport. You have to start from the bottom of the heap and fight all these dudes who are absolute killers. And you're doing that in the organization, which is it's not the only MMA organization. You have one FC. You have uh you have one FC, a Bellator, you have the PFL. But it is the best talent pool you have. There's really good fighters in Bellator and in ONE FC. Mighty Mouse is over there in ONE FC, but or excuse me, not one FC, one championship. Sorry. Um, uh, but the uh the talent pool in the UFC is just so dense. It's so dense. You know, we talk about a guy even like Jim Miller, who we've seen he has the most wins in the UFC, and he's never even touched the belt. He's never even fought for a belt. So like,
Crazy.
yeah, exactly, man. So it's just like it's harder than any other sport. I can't look at another sport and say an athlete this much has this much risk, has this much and has this much of a hill to climb if you're basically starting not even ranked and then you want to make it to be a UFC champion. You know,
Yeah,
that's what it is. I even think that it's not as hard in boxing. I feel like it's not as hard. You know,
I agree.
I mean, you can maybe make an argument that if you're coming up, then these guys just will hold off and they don't want to fight you. But like, it's bro, it's just so and the thing is like in the UFC, I think the thing that makes it harder than boxing, or one of the things, is that you have to be active. You
Gotta
know,
be active.
you have to be active. Um,
Can't sit things out. You can't take the year off. Like,
that's how you get your shot, man. You have to go on your little win streak. You have to be ranked correctly. Um, and then you may get a shot. Um, but you
and
have to.
even and even then, not always. Even then, not always, right?
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Even then, not always. I mean, you look at oof, man. I
Neil.
mean, yeah, you look at shit. Look, you can use Jim Miller again. I mean, yes, the man has 17. What is it? 17 win. I think he has. I think he's 35 or 36 and 17.
I think it's like 38. I think it's like 38 and
38.
78 and 17.
Yeah,
The
dude, that's
Jim
so many wins, man.
Jim
That's
Miller
so many wins.
record. Let's see.
Jesus.
Is no, yeah, it's 37 and 17.
All right,
37
37.
and 7. 37 and 17.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, it's just, it's hard, bro. It takes so much dedication
Yeah.
because, like,
Everything.
if you're a basketball player, I can't look at basketball and be like, oh, the training sucks. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
maybe at times it's hard. You know, you look at tennis and you're like, at times it's hard, like mentally hard. But
Right.
this is just like you have to. There's so many bridges to overcome in fighting because like you're gonna go against the guy who inside your gym who is going to put the beats on you, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
he's going to you know
It
basically be trying to kill you. Like,
the mental hurdle that you have to jump over is massive as well, right? You see
yeah,
it
that's what
like,
I'm saying. Yeah.
you see a dude that is beating up guys on, in the gym, and you're gonna have to face him. Like I remember when I was starting out over here in Texas, right? Like there was this big dude, and it's crazy because okay, so my gym is like it's like a CrossFit gym, but then like it has actual trainer that like pays the owners to use their gym, right? So like it has like a regular gym has like a gym room, and then like has like a big open area with like bags, right? And then they mix in the boxing with like the regular gym, like they kind of have classes, and then like they have like a trainer who's a well-known trainer, but he pays, he pays them to basically use their facilities to have his own boxing club, right?
Hmm.
So I would go there, and for months I couldn't find anyone to spar because I wasn't in his program yet. And I would always see this dude. I'd always see this dude hitting the bag, and I could always tell like he hit hard. But one day I asked him, I'm asked the coach, I'm like, do you have anyone I could spar? And then he asked me my record. I said, I haven't fought at all yet. And he's like, I might have someone for you. And he didn't put me in with him right away. He's like, all right, let's hit the pads with me and all that stuff. And it wasn't, he hit me, he saw what I had, and it wasn't until a couple months till I actually fought him. But in those couple months, I saw him. I mean, he was a monster, man. Like if you play his game, you're gonna lose. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
lose. But it takes it's a mental hurdle because you watch him take out dudes. I mean, hurt them. Bloody nose, bloody face, everything. And you're gonna and I would watch him like, okay. And I would get a bit nervous. I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna have to fight him. But then after a certain time, I'm like, okay, I want to fight him because number one, I want to test how good I am. You know what I'm saying? You want to test how far your limits are. So after a certain amount of times of watching him, okay, I'm like, all right, I want to go in. I want to go in, right? And eventually, we sparred a couple times, and his style was a bad matchup for him. It was a bad matchup for him. And stylistically, I was too long for him. Now if I fought his game, I think he definitely would have had a field day with me. But I didn't. I fought my fight, and he's a shorter guy, big power puncher, brawler. If you come close to him,
Mm-hmm.
and you let him. If you fight his fight, he's gonna brawl you. He's gonna bully you. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna put you all over the ring. I mean, I saw dudes. It's like the thing is most of those guys are brawlers anyway, right? So, but the thing is, you don't fight a brawler. You don't brawl a brawler. I wasn't doing that. I was all right. Shoot, let me be at the distance. Let me use my jab. Let him try to find me. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
and you have to prove to yourself. And some people they're not. It's such a big hurdle. It's such a big task to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it can be scary for sure. It can definitely be scary. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be able to be like, all right, like first of all, how bad do I want it and how bad do I believe in myself? And I'm sure if you're making it to the champion level, that has to be times 100 because now you're facing the guy that is ranked number one in the whole entire division, full of dudes that either make it or don't. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't, you never hear them again. Some of them, or some of them are just stuck in that top 10 and they're so good already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn,
Gotten dudes who are just like, some of the best athletes
in
in the
general.
world, in yeah,
Yeah.
already in general, very explosive, very quick. They
Yeah.
have the mentality, and it's just like they
And they're
all
going in to
want.
kill you.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
going into you're going in
Mhm.
for the fight of your life. If you're talking about championship level fights, fight of your life. I mean, I have never been in the ring where I'm like, okay, I've never even gone 100%. I've never gone 100 because I was waiting to actually, do like have an actual official match to go 100%. But I've never gone 100% in a match or in a sparring
Tired.
match, right? Say it again.
You get tired, bro,
Well, not even that,
when
but
you
I
actually
don't
have
want
to
to.
like.
I'm not trying to. First, of all, I'm not. I think it's sparring.
Well,
We're trying to get each other better, right? So
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't. I
yeah.
don't
Well,
see
I'm
the
not saying
value
that
in.
I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
you get tired, is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
In a real fight where you have to throw 100%, and
Oh.
your
Oh yeah.
gas
Yeah.
tank,
Definitely.
your adrenaline, excuse me, your adrenaline will
Yeah.
like, if you don't know how to control it, it'll drain your gas tank like quick.
Right. Right. I could definitely
Great.
imagine that. Yeah. Um. Because you're in the you're in one. I mean, to go 100% in one round. I mean, that's what he'll tell you to do, right? But I mean, I can only imagine, like, yeah, one round, bro, just going 100%. I mean, first of all, your whole body is being put under so much pressure and pain once you're going at that 100%. It's hard to keep that up for 12 rounds. It's hard to keep it up for 5 rounds, 2 rounds, 1 round. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've never gone 100%. And because I was like, okay, we're trying to get better. I'm not, we're not trying to kill you or not trying to kill each other. But in a fight like that, like, yeah, you're going 100%. You're putting everything on the line. Like I think the hill is bigger, definitely in MMA, and well, mainly UFC. The hill is such a big task in UFC to climb to get to championship level. Because for boxing, you could have a fight, you could have a vacant belt, and if you have the right promoter, you can fight a nobody and get that and become a champion. Now, undisputed, that's a little bit different. I think Undisputed might be at the same level as UFC because you got to collect 4 belts. Yes, sometimes you're able to beat the Undisputed champion and become Undisputed yourself, but it's what did that champion have to do to collect all 4? You know what I'm
Beat
saying?
everybody.
Like, he had to beat everybody, right? So, like just like Crawford, he got 3 belts in one fight. Yes, but
Yeah, bro, that's what I was saying the other day. It's like I think that that's so. I mean, months ago I said this.
yeah.
I think that it's absolutely ridiculous that you can take all four. That they have to earn all 4 belts by
Right.
fighting different people. I think
Mhm.
it's absolutely ridiculous that you can take all 4 belts
All
from
4.
somebody
All
in a
4, and you're
single
going home
fight.
with it. Right.
In a
Yeah.
single fight.
Well, I get where you're coming from. The thing is, again, what we just said is, okay, you have to beat the man, the beat the man, the beat the man. Essentially,
Yeah, but
right?
the reason why I disagree with that is because it's styles make fights.
That's right.
Like
No, you're not wrong, bro.
stylistically,
You're not wrong at
stylistically,
all.
you may not beat all those other
Right.
people
That's
that he beat.
1000% correct. 1000% correct. Because you got a guy like um I don't know if you know them, but you got a guy like Vernon Forrest. Like, the triangle theory. It's not 100, it's not always correct, right? Just because one guy beats one guy doesn't mean
Mhm.
this guy's going to beat this guy,
Yeah,
right? So I agree with you for sure. Um you know, that's just the way it is. I don't necessarily think it's wrong, to be honest, but I get definitely where you're coming from. It's a very easy route, but at the same time, um, beating Errol Spence is not an easy thing to do because what he did in his career, people seem to forget. He beat Kell Brook. Now, okay, a lot of the names I'm naming, Terence Crawford did beat them later on. So I don't want to take anything away from Terence Crawford, but um, you know what Errol Spence did. He went, he beat Danny Garcia, he beat Sean Porter, he beat um something some Peterson. I don't remember the first name. His first name, Chris Algieri. Sean Porter. You know, Kell Brook. You know, champions.
mhm,
Like the upper echelon of the division, he beat undoubtedly. You know what I'm saying? The Sean Porter fight was close. Um, it was a close fight, but he edged it out, and it was a clear win because of that knockdown. I will say this: once I saw how they both defeated Sean Porter, I knew Crawford would win for sure. I saw the way that Crawford adapted. I saw the way that he was able to fend off that style, and
yeah.
I'm like, okay,
It was just a level that Sean Porter was missing.
that and he did phenomenal in both fights, but he didn't have that extra gear. I don't know if you hear about it. Like, some fighters just don't have that. Like Danny Jacobs, when you watch him, you're like, okay, you want
Yeah,
him to
yeah,
step it up one more, just one more, and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
he might do much better. But he just
yeah.
don't have that extra gear. And
Yeah, that's so true that you say that because
mhm,
I mean I remember his fight with Canelo. Like I
mhm,
remember his fight with Canelo, and I kind of remember thinking the same thing. Like you would almost, if you were watching it, you would forget. It wasn't like he got completely and totally outclassed. Like he had his moments in that,
mhm,
but it was almost like you kind of forget. Oh shit! Like Canelo's actually fighting to get a belt.
right,
Like
yeah,
because he has that, bro. He has that instinct, like
he
that
has, yeah,
that
he no,
gear, bro.
he has that second, second, he has that extra gear. He's got
Yeah,
it, and the one where I really saw it. This is one of my favorite fights. Was the Billy Joe Saunders fight. The Billy Joe Saunders fight was a very funny fight, not because like they were doing anything goofy. Um, well, mainly the build up, but it was a good fight because you saw Canelo get really frustrated, and you saw Billy Joe Sanders was able to get around him, but you saw Canelo Alvarez essentially he's a great boxer, and he has high ring IQ. He saw that Billy Joe Saunders was making the same mistake, dipping his head to the left, and Canelo took advantage of it and broke his eye socket. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to adapt. You got to be able to read. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it takes to become a champion. But yeah, dudes like Danny Jacobs, it's like, okay, just one more gear. You need to realize because a lot of these guys, bro, they're just happy to be in the ring with a dude like Canelo, or they're just happy to be fighting a guy on that level, which is just the wrong idea. You need to be mean. You need to be like you're trying. When we say we're trying to kill the guy, we don't mean not actually. We just trying to say like we want you to go 100%. We want you to take take it from him, not just you know what I'm saying. You need to take it from him. Like Shakur Stevenson wasn't trying to. Man, you need to watch those highlights, and I think maybe you did. But with the Edwin De Los Santos fight, man, it was just such a boring fight, bro. He didn't
Mhm.
he was just running the whole time, and I don't like the term running. I don't because they label black fighters a lot, saying that they're runners when we're just using the ring, using our feet. But that was running. That was running. Yes, he won. Yes, he dodged a lot of punches, but he didn't engage nearly enough, and he wasn't trying to take the fight from Edwin. So you know, it's just stuff like that. But with UFC, man. Ah, man, I definitely agree with you. It is hardest to become the champion. For what you have to do, for who you have to beat, for what stages you have to go through. Now, I will admit, some people had easier routes to championship than others.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
right, but for the general consensus, I think.
This
Who do
man
you think?
Alex this man Alex Bejeda won 2 belts in 6
Yeah,
fights.
that's
He won
ridiculous.
2 belts in 6 fights.
Stupid.
I mean
Stupid. Stupid
I mean, he
crazy.
won them. He did win the belts. You know, he
Uh,
did beat the
yeah,
champions,
yeah, no, no,
but
no,
it's
yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah.
If he had to go through the same path as everyone else, so he may not have made it there.
I honestly, to be honest with you,
He may he
I think he 90% chance definitely wouldn't have made it. I don't think so.
hmm,
I think someone would have took him out before he made it to the championship level. Um, honestly, and the
yeah,
reason
I
why,
mean, it's totally possible. I mean, like
yeah,
in the middleweight division, I mean, you look at people like maybe like Jared Cannonier or people like Marvin Vittori, um, could have definitely stopped him with the wrestling, with the size because you know Jared is still like Jared hits hard and he's still like he hits hard, he has a chin, but he can also wrestle, like he can take him down. And he used to fight at heavyweight, like he's
right,
a
he's a
big guy.
heavyweight fighter, right?
Um, you know, Marvin Vittori, he just has a chin on him, and also he's a phenomenal wrestler. So you know,
Yeah. I mean, Alex lost his first MMA fight,
yeah, he lost
right?
to Bruno Silva.
Right. And who is that guy? Where is he from? Like, where is he in? Is that UFC? That's not UFC.
I think he's in the UFC now.
Oh, really?
'Cause
Interesting.
let me be completely
That would
clear,
be interesting to see.
because I'm pretty
I would
sure he just Brazilian mixed martial artist. Um, yeah,
like
yeah, he's in the UFC now. Yeah,
he's in the UFC. Okay.
let me
Like the
look
video if
at
you're
his,
watching the video. Interesting though.
see
So
if
where is he? Oh,
he
what's he doing now? You don't really hear.
he's
Obviously, he's probably
Brazilian. He just lost to he actually fought Magomedov
really.
on back in October. Well,
Oh,
Makachev Volkanovski. I think we actually talked about it a little bit. Um,
really?
Alex Bejeda. I said he lost to Bruno Silva. Did I?
That's what
He
you said.
actually
Yeah.
no, or yeah, he lost to Bejeda
Oh, yo, your mic is going crazy because those
at
your
UFC
your
Fight
mic is
Night.
going crazy, bro. You gotta close your thing.
How
Um. So
how's
who
it
did he
now?
lose to? Who did he lose to?
Yeah, I got that completely wrong. That's my fault. I don't know why I thought it was Bruno Silva. Hold on one second. I just can't remember the dude's name. But basically, what happened was The dude had just a chin, bro. Like he just took
Crazy
everything
shit.
that Alex threw at him.
That's right.
He took him down, and
Crazy, right?
he won. Yeah, that's how, and that's just how he won. Uh, uh,
Like, there's gonna be a guy that's gonna be able to
wow,
take his shots. There's gonna be another guy that's gonna just be able to walk through the shots. And whether that guy's a freak of nature, I don't know, but there's I think he would have met his. I mean, we saw him get knocked out already. Alex, or sorry, Izzy knocked him out. So it's not like he's not
mhm.
KOable, you know? He's very
Yeah.
KOable. He's there to
So
be hit. And I'm not hating
mm,
on him.
he's
Honestly, I'm
only
not. It just I know it comes off as that.
yeah.
Good, good.
Alex has real. Sorry, bro. Let me pause this because it's playing a video on the website and it like messes it up.
Yeah, you gotta close it out.
No, but
Mhm.
yeah, like Alex has only lost 2 fights in his entire MMA career, his entire professional MMA career. And he lost to that. So the guy's name was Kumail Otoni or Otani. Um, and it was in an organization called Jungle Fight. Um,
Okay, jungle fights.
yeah,
Hmm.
Jungle Fight.
Hmm.
Yeah. But it was literally only to that guy and to Izzy. He's beat. Yo,
Yeah, no,
can you chill out?
he has it. Definitely has it. Definitely has it. He's got it.
I
He's
mean,
got it. You know what I'm saying? Who do you think had the hardest road to champion?
Leon. I mean that off the top of my head, I would say Leon has had one of the hardest roads to champion. He's tied GSP's win streak in his last fight.
That's what they said about Kamaro. Remember?
Yeah,
He was tied for the longest win streak, I believe.
yeah,
Um, and that's always where it ends. But he definitely could. I mean, he's fighting Bilal next. I think he could. I think he beats Bilal. I think he beats Bilal. Right? Or no?
yeah, for sure. I mean, he was able in that last fight with Kobe. He just like he looked really good, man. He looked really good, and like he honestly looked like he was. I mean, maybe you can obviously say that Kobe he fought stupid, but he was able to contend with Kobe. Uh, on the ground, he stuffed the most of Colby's takedowns. I actually just finished rewatching that fight because the night that I watched it, I was drunk. So just being real with you, bro, I was messed up, dog. I forgot that the fight even happened. Like I forgot. I was looking, and I was just like, "Huh, UFC 296. Let me see this." I
Mhm.
was just like,
Oh, really?
yeah, I was just like, just now, I was just like, "Oh my god, I forgot this fight even happened."
Hmm.
Dude, I was like, "Yo, wait a minute, let me watch this." Because I remember, because I remember the rest of the fights on that card. Like I remember Thompson and Rachmanov. I remember Pantoja Royval. I remember Bryce Mitchell and Josh Emmett. Because Bryce Mitchell got knocked out real bad. Um, but for some reason, bro, like that fight, I just could not remember.
Honestly,
Uh,
to me, it wasn't really a memorable fight. I actually thought it was pretty boring. But
uh,
I gotta watch it again because I was at the
Yeah.
bar and
I mean,
and
yeah, it's the stakes, it's just the stakes. Because I was looking at, the technicality of it. I was just like, is Kobe going to be able to take him down?
right.
Is Leon going to, knock his lights out, or is he just going to, you know,
Yeah.
stand toe to toe with him? And you see both these guys, man, both these guys, and this speaks to the greatness that is Leon Edwards. He doesn't have a lot of believers right now.
No.
Um, but like if the numbers speak for themselves, dude, the facts speak for themselves. He just tied GSP's win streak. He he has
I
been
think he's
able
gonna
to
break it.
he's been able to take down both Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington
Sure, regarded as one of
in their
some of the best wrestlers in the division.
in their respective fights. These are guys who previously they're regarded as, oh, you know, you can't take them down.
Right.
You know, you can't take them down. I mean, Kobe kind of did take Kamaru down, but I don't think in MMA it didn't count as a takedown. Um, in wrestling, that would have counted as a takedown, but uh he didn't take him down.
What
Um,
was it? Because it was just one knee, or was it two? What was it exactly? Like, 'cause I remember what you're talking about, but I don't remember why they didn't count it.
Basically, it was because he didn't have control. That's what they're saying. That's why it didn't count as a takedown. But you know, nonetheless, Leon Edwards has taken
Yeah,
down both these guys.
yeah.
You know, he's beaten both of them. He's beaten Kamaru twice now.
And we know
Um,
how hard it is to beat a fighter twice. We know
exactly,
how
and
hard it is to beat a fighter twice. It's
especially
tough.
Kamaru Usman. So
Yeah.
this man is a true technical, pure mixed martial artist, and people need to give him more respect. You know,
You're right. Yeah.
real fans know, bro. You know, it's just because he's not like the flashiest guy. He's not crazy on the mic. He's not, but he's been silently just, beating these dudes for so long. You know, like I said, like he tied GSP's win streak, you know,
And it does he is who has the highest win streak of middle? Is it middleweight? No, no, it's like
welter.
welterweight. Welterweight.
Yeah, it was
Is it
GSP.
GSP?
Well, now it's
Jesus,
GSP and Leon Edwards.
right? And so he's probably gonna beat it, which is
Yeah,
crazy because
I would say he's gonna beat it.
he lost to Kamaru early in his career and he had to climb right back up, right? Like that brought him
That's what
all the way down.
I'm saying.
Right.
This
And
man has
so he
had
had to
one of the hardest roads to become champion.
right. And he had to climb the ranks up all the way again. So yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I mean, he man, the adversity that he you know how deep you have to pull to knock out someone in with what, a minute left?
The discipline that took, bro, because he was hiding that like the whole fight. The confidence and the discipline that took. He's just like, I'm gonna wait. Like I'm there every round. Like that's
That's
what Kamaru
crazy.
said. That's what
Uh-huh.
Kamaru said. He's like, I felt myself break him every round, and then every round, it was like the last round didn't happen. He was there, like every single round. You know,
Crazy.
and he was just like that kind of guy is dangerous. That kind of guy is just dangerous because
Just
like
never gives up.
he's never gives up and he's always gonna come back and try to take you out. You know?
Yeah, like, that man, I could just imagine because I be getting in my head sometimes when I used to when I was in the ring, like I'm like, all right, shoot. Like I'll be in my head like, all right, shoot, I'm about to go the whole round. I ain't get hit not once. Like in the I don't
Mhm.
get hit on the face not once. And then I'll just be in my head and I'm like, okay, well, we're almost there. Shoot. And I get hit. And that mental game is so big. So for you to take a beating for for the whole round essentially and come back at the end every time, your brain, the strength of it is there. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? It's there. It's prevalent, So again, this sport is not for the weak, man. It's not for the weak minded. It's not for the weak, bro. You have to be on a different level of discipline, a different level of strength. Um,
Ooh,
everything is going into it.
dude,
Everything is going into it. What happened?
I was wrong.
What?
Kamaru Usman actually has 15 wins. I don't know
15
why.
win
I don't
streak.
know why I didn't think of Kamaru Usman.
So he has
So
that record?
yeah, Kamaru has the record
Okay, so
in
that he
in
was
the
gonna
welterweight division.
so he was gonna break the record of Anderson Silva for the
Mhm.
longest winning streak in the whole UFC.
So that's 16.
16 wins.
Then John Jones has 18.
18 wins. I guess that makes sense. Oh, so he has the highest win streak.
Mhm.
Damn. Damn. I don't think anyone beats that, to be honest with you, bro.
I
I
mean,
just
it's
don't see it.
possible, dude. You just have to
Yeah, I mean,
possible, but it's
the
still
thing is,
difficult.
the
I
thing is
mean,
for in UFC, man, and the thing that's different for boxing is you can get it. Like the kid Jaime Munguia. I don't know if you've definitely maybe you've seen his name somewhere, but he just fought John Ryder. Remember John Ryder? He
mhm,
knocked him out in like 6 rounds. But there's some controversy around it because that last punch that he threw didn't land, and John Ryder went down. But nonetheless, he's like 44 and 0, 43 and 0. And generally couldn't tell you another fighter that he's beat, like an actually like prime fighter, other than John Ryder. 43-0 we're talking about.
Yeah,
So if you have the right promoter, bro, you can have a padded record, bro. So for undefeated fighters, or
yeah,
sorry, not undefeated, but win streaks, especially in UFC, is tough. There is no maneuvering you to have the right record. You fight
yeah,
who you need to fight to get on top. So that's why I think it's going to be very tough for someone to be able to win that, to beat that 18. Come on, bro. What?
yeah. I
That's
mean,
crazy.
John Jones. I mean, he did pop for PEDs. So it's kind of,
Right. Yeah,
you know.
that's always gonna be a stain on his record, bro. Like he's
I
never
mean,
gonna live that down.
it's very
Yeah,
it's possible, bro, that almost every fight that he fought, he was on. So he
right.
was on, PEDs.
He's on
So I
something.
mean, you can't be my goat, bro.
I
You
agree
can't be
with you,
my
bro.
goat.
I definitely agree with you. I don't like cheaters. I hate them. I don't think they belong in the
Yeah.
sport. But
I mean,
it's sad part
hey,
is it's so many.
Anderson Silva pops too.
He
So
popped too?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, bro. Who didn't pop? That's like regardless of greats.
I mean, the one person that we know for sure, just because the
GSP,
yeah, yeah, GSP.
right? And
Um,
he left it because of all the popping, right?
yeah, I would say so. I would say I mean, I there's no yeah, I mean, it's difficult to say. I mean, Demetrius Johnson as well. I mean, there's no in my opinion, I mean, there's no like I can't say there's no need for it. I mean, maybe I mean, you have to look at the type of substance it is
Right.
cuz like
Right. Yeah. That's true.
at the lighter divisions, there's less of a need for it still gives you an advantage.
It depends on what they're taking because if you're taking something that makes you one, it could be making you be able to cut weight easier, right? Or
Mhm.
two, it could be so that you don't get tired, right?
Ozempic? I'm
You
joking. I'm jo I'm joking. No,
you
but
know what?
no, I'm joking. But Ozempic is the basically the drug that like all like the Hollywood people they be on because it helps them like cut weight basically.
Yeah,
It helps them
yeah.
well not cut weight. It helps them lose weight. But there's some
But
bad side effects with it though. I'm not I don't fighters are not on that.
uh,
I'm
I
just
think
saying
what
like
it does is
obese people are on
it
that.
right, it doesn't it dampen their appetite or something like that.
Yeah, so there's some that's what it's supposed to do, but there's some other side effects like you can lose muscle, you can lose bone density from it. Um, so just take the traditional route and work out. You know,
Just work out.
that's really
Yeah,
the best way to lose
can't
weight.
beat
Best and
way.
healthiest way to lose weight is calories in, calories out.
That's it. I mean, you know, calories in, calories out. Watch what you're eating. Because I mean, people literally will go through their whole lives trying to lose weight, and it's just that simple. Calories in, calories out. If you want to lose weight, cut your carbs as well, right? Like it's now that I struggle with it, bro. Like I remember I was working out for like a good 3 years, bro, and like I just wasn't seeing any difference. And I actually looked in the mirror, bro, and I stopped. I stopped working out. I'm like, bro, this just not working.
Mm,
My friend's like, all right, you need to check your carb intake. Once he told me that, home free. That was all it took to just someone to tell me how to just check the carbs.
hmm
And I was able to cut weight like that, because I was making sure I was cutting
Carbs is
carbs.
just sugar, right?
It's just sugar. It turns into sugar once it enters your body. You know what I'm saying? I think it turns into glucose, I believe.
It's like bread is carbs, right?
Breads, carbs, pasta, yeah, it
Yeah,
just turns into
any
sugar.
type of wheat.
Right. Any type of wheat. No, carbs aren't bad, but those types of ones aren't good at all. And I mean, I'm bulking right now, so I am high on my carbs right now. But um, I just noticed, oh my God, I can't wait to cut because I do not feel, I don't, not that I don't feel great, but I look and I feel much better at a lighter weight. 100% hands down.
Mhm. What
I'm only
what are you like 165 right now?
right now I'm 173.
What?
That's the highest I've ever weighed in my whole entire life.
Bro.
Indeed. Yeah.
I know you're big as hell right now.
Yeah, bro.
Your
I
butt
mean,
look swole.
yeah, well, I'm gonna cut down to like 155, 158, 150, or 147. I'll see how I'm just very excited because I've been bulking since like late September, October. So I'm gonna be cutting down April. April,
Mhm.
start running again. Probably
Man, you
get
should
a
have had hoes calling you teddy bear, man. You
hell
big
no.
as
I mean,
hell.
you can see it in my face. I definitely gained weight. But
Yeah,
yeah, even but it's just the process you got to go through just to because again, you know, like I was cut, but I just wanted to be bigger. Just wanted to have a bit more muscle. So you gotta put some size on sometimes. But yeah, I feel much better at a lower weight. Much
yeah.
better, and I eat cleaner, of course, at a lower weight. I'm more on top of my food. I'm more into um.
I need to get better, man. I just bought me some ice cream today, man.
Oh, you have a fast metabolism, bro. So
It's
so
slowing
you
down.
it's
I'm
slowing down.
fat. I'm a little bit fat right now.
How much do you weigh now?
Just I mean, like maybe like 145, like maybe one. If I have all my clothes on, I'm 150. You know, if I take them off, I'm like one mid 140s. But
Right. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No, that's a good walking around weight. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's
yeah,
good walking around weight. Like for me to be 147, at least like a couple months ago, like I had to be strict. I had to be 2 meals a day, no juice, only water throughout the week. I was able to eat what I could eat on the weekend, but throughout the week, no juice, 2 meals a day, egg whites, eggs, no bread. Um, to be 130 though, or at least 135, because I wasn't never able to get back to 130. But 135, 1 meal a day, running 3 to 4 miles every day, only water. Um, and like just and my dinner was like rice and cabbage.
bro. You know, want to know what's gonna change that? Like, what could really help you?
Uh,
The sauna, brother.
Oh yeah, the
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 personal
personal
sauna.
sauna.
You
Yeah.
gotta get it, bro.
Well, you know what I was doing? What I was doing was I was running and I'd put a garbage bag under my shirt, and
Bro,
so it would drain all the water out. But yeah, the sauna suit will definitely get me where
you won't even have to do all that because it mimics the cardio. It's gonna be easier on your joints. It's going to
okay.
mimic the cardiovascular exercise, literally a 1-to-1 ratio.
Really? One to
Yes,
one?
I swear to
One to
God.
one. Are you serious?
Yes.
Holy
Like,
shit.
yeah, there was
That's
this
crazy.
study. I can't remember where it was. It may have been from like I can't remember where it was from, but they did a 20-year study, and they found that people who use the sauna, I use the sauna regularly, and regularly meaning like upwards of 4 times a week, had a 40% decrease in all cause mortalities. So
Wow.
that's heart rate. I mean heart rate. That's heart attack, stroke, uh,
Wow.
like
Okay,
obesity,
I'm definitely getting one, bro. And you can put it inside the house,
ar-
right?
yeah, arthritis, all those. I mean, arthritis is you don't die from arthritis, but
So it helps with arthritis too?
the
Inflammation?
inflammation, bro, in your body. I mean, it just drains all the toxins and stuff out of your body,
Jeez.
and it can help
Okay.
you lose weight. So yeah,
And you can put it inside the house or outside? Is it supposed to be?
you could put it inside or outside. I mean, most people just put it inside. I mean, saunas are inside. So,
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Jeez, I didn't know it was 1 to 1, bro. I did not know it was 1 to 1.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell
That's
yeah, bro.
wild. That's wild,
Yeah,
bro. Holy shoot. Yeah, I'm definitely getting one this summer then. No question about it.
dude.
No question about it. I'm
It's
getting that this summer.
crazy. It's so good. I've only been in one once. I've only been in a sauna once in my life. Like I'm trying to going to get one,
I
But
don't think I've ever been in a sauna, man. I've been in a sauna
bro, that
suit.
shit's hot as shit, dude.
Uh, yeah, I
It's
mean,
so hot, man. Hottest environment you will ever be in your life. Like I
really.
walked in there one time because they had one at the YMCA. They actually have one. Where well, the YMCA where I used to go, we used to have a membership. to there, and I think I walked in there like one time, like not even on purpose. I was just like, "What is this?" I
Mm.
walked in there. I was like, "What the hell is
It was just
this,
pure heat,
bro?"
pure
It's
heat.
so hot in there, dude. I was just like, "What
Holy.
is that?"
I mean, I've been in like the bathroom and like I've almost like it was so hot that I had to like get out of the shower and like get my breath. So I don't know if I'd survive, but I mean, I'll try it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure if you get
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
something you get
you
used
just
to.
work up to it. You just work up to it.
Exactly.
So, like, you could start with like even, bro. Or you could even start with 5 minutes, bro. If it's too much for you, you could start with 5 minutes. The goal, I think, is like 20 minutes.
Okay, 20
20
minutes.
minutes in there, you
You
know?
just. But how does it work though? How does it get hot? Does it have the
So
machine, the personal sauna?
yeah, so it comes with like this little thing that you put water in it and it just pumps steam into
Oh,
the sauna.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Through
see.
like a tube, it pumps the steam in. And
Mhm.
then like it's like one of those like oven bags that you see, like it has like the like silver inside.
Mm.
That's kind of that's what it's like
Traps
basically.
the heat.
Yeah, it traps all the heat in.
Okay. Jeez.
Yeah,
Say
man.
no
So
more, bro.
it's
Say no
nice.
fucking more.
It's
I had
so
no
nice.
clue. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
definitely gonna get on that for sure. No
Yeah, yeah,
question
yeah.
about it.
Didn't
Yeah,
even
this
talk
summer.
about Strickland, but
Ah,
it's
my
done.
God.
Yeah.
What do you okay, real quick, what do you think about it?
I mean, I was
My
just
friends were there. My friends were there.
really.
Yeah, it was in Toronto. My friends
Oh,
went
yeah,
they
yeah,
went to the
yeah.
fight. Yeah, they went to the
It's
fight.
wild.
Uh,
How much that run then?
I think it's they said 450. And they're kinda in the nosebleeds, but it's a 450, which is pretty
Yeah.
good. You know, there was a screen right in front of them and all that stuff, and I think they brought
Mhm.
binoculars too. But,
Yeah.
but what do you think though? What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, I thought Strickland lost. I thought maybe he could have won the fifth round. I think the fifth round he definitely won. Um,
Interesting, interesting, very interesting.
but yeah, bro. I thought that the first and the fifth, I would say he definitely won. Um,
Really? Would you say the first one?
yeah, the first and the fifth, I would say he
Okay.
won. Um, but it was just he didn't do enough, bro. He didn't take enough risks. He was backing up too
Oh,
much.
no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. No,
He
the
was
first
backing up
definitely
way
first.
too much, which I understand because Duplessis is a probably just knocked out Robert Whitaker. Former champion Robert Whitaker. He just knocked him out in the first round. So I can understand his hesitancy to open himself up like that. But and he didn't. Obviously Adesanya can knock you out, but it's like he has to hit you in the right place.
It has to be accurate.
Yeah, he
It's
has
gotta
to
be
be
accurate.
accurate. And he has to catch you moving. You know, um, but I mean, not with Pereira. He didn't have to catch a movie. He just laid it on him, and
Right.
he put him
Put
to
everything
sleep.
in that punch.
Yeah,
Put
and
everything in that punch. Interesting.
but with Duplessis, man, it doesn't matter if you are dehydrated or those are not factors with Duplessis' power. When Izzy knocked out Pereira, Pereira it cuts a lot of weight, so that could have something to do with it. I mean, when he knocked out Robert Whitaker, he hit him perfect, perfect, right on the chin. You know, Duplessis, man, he has amazing power. He's a big guy. He's huge. When you see that guy, he's huge, bro. So
Yeah,
he
it's big.
has incredible power. So and Sean Strickland has been knocked out before. So yeah, I understand his hesitancy, but at the same time, towards the end of the fight, he started opening up a little bit and had some success. So that's something that he should have been doing.
Yeah,
And then
I go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, then it would have been a I think he could have won if he would have opened up earlier.
So I actually thought that Sean Strickland won. I thought I wasn't mad at the decision at all. I thought that it easily could have went either way. I'm not mad at the decision at all. I think it was justified. I think that Sean won rounds 1, rounds 2, and round 5. And the reason why I gave him 5 was because Duplessis ate like 4 to 5 punches in that last minute, and before then it was already an even round. And to me, if you just eat those punches and you don't give anything back or you don't land anything significant, to me you can steal the round. Um, but Sean did not mix it up. He didn't try any
I mean,
takedowns.
that is very true. I mean, we even DC talked about it. Like he has 3 shots, and I think we've talked about it before too. Like he really has 3 punches.
Right, he was
He
doing the
has the
similar
jab,
stuff.
the cross, and he has that left hook. He has a check left
They
hook.
were working though. They were
Yeah,
working magnificent.
I mean, yeah,
But
it's about when. It's
pre-
about
pre-
when.
right, you know, and he was predictable. But I think is well, I think what really so first round good, second round good. He did get takedown, I think, within those 2 rounds. Thought he got took down at least once or
Mhm.
twice. That really hurt him, I think, was that headbutt. And once that headbutt came on, the rounds 3 and 4 were huge rounds for Duplessis. Huge rounds. I mean, I don't know if I could say he almost stopped him, but I mean, he was damn near close. Just I mean, you saw Sean get pulled into deep water. Um, um, you know, but before that, I mean, I'm telling you, like I was watching the fight, I'm like, yeah, this is Sean is a more skilled fighter on the feet for sure than Duplessis. That's what I'm thinking in my head. And then the tide changed, and you know,
Um.
that's what happened.
So maybe when it comes to defense, Sean has some of the best defense in the division. When it comes to offense, when it comes to the whole picture, Duplessis is definitely better. You mean he's a
Yeah,
kickboxer?
the
Um,
whole entire package is 1000%. But on the feet, Duplessis was missing a lot.
that's what I mean on the feet. Uh, I mean like offense and defense.
Mhm.
Yeah, Duplessis you're gonna miss on the guy who has like
Right.
arguably the best
I
defense
see
in
what
the
you're saying.
division. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. I wasn't mad at the decision, man. I thought it was a great fight from the second half of round 2 all the way to round 5. I thought round 1 was kind of boring. I thought even
Yeah.
parts of round 2 was kind of boring too. But then once it started to pick up, I'm like, holy shit! Okay, this is a good fight. This is a good scrap. It was a good little scrap. You know what I'm saying? I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at the decision either, even though I wanted it to go a different way. I did want Sean to win.
I like
Uh,
the guy, man. I mean, at first I did. He rubbed me the wrong way, man. But um, I kind of like him, man. I like him.
he's likable.
He's a likable guy. He's a likable guy, man. I have no
Honestly,
malice.
bro, watch if you want to get a little bit more into his personality, his character. Um, Theo Vaughn, right?
Yeah, the Theo Von interview where he cried.
Yeah, yeah. Did you watch that? Because I
I
watched it.
watched a part of it. I
I
watched
watched
parts
the
of
whole
it.
thing.
It's good.
It's
Yeah,
good,
like
bro.
I know he had a crazy childhood.
Yeah,
Um,
bro's childhood was really bad, man.
mhm,
Real bad.
yeah, I know some stuff about it. His dad, like, well, you know what? Let's not even go there. On YouTube, but yeah, it was bad. But yeah, I wasn't mad at the fight, man. I think like I said, I think it easily could have went Sean's way. I think it easily wouldn't be wrong if Duplessis won. I think it even could have been a draw, to be honest with you. But I see why they gave it to Duplessis because it's MMA. Mix
Yeah,
it up. You got to
yeah. I
mix it
mean,
up.
it's damage, bro. It's damage.
Damage. And that's what happened with the second fight with Holloway. With and Volkanovski. Volkanovski just had more takedowns and was essentially doing more damage in a way, right? Because you
Control
know,
time is what you
yeah, it's
mean.
control time. It's like you got to you got to
Yeah, in
you got
that
to do
second
more
fight, I
stuff.
mean, he was tearing up Max's leg too. I mean, Max takes a leg kick the best I've ever seen anybody take a leg kick. Like he just takes them and then he just keeps going.
We're
It
gonna
doesn't look
see.
like
We're
doesn't
about to
look
see.
like it. It really just doesn't look like it. Oh yeah, you're good. You're right because he's about to fight Justin Gaethje.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm scared. I'm a
he,
little bit scared for him for that fight, honestly. A little bit. I just don't want him to. I don't
yeah.
want
I
Gaethje to
mean,
break him like Tony. That's all I'm worried about.
I don't think that's gonna happen because, uh, but I don't think the fight looks good for Max. Because here's what I think is like Max will land more. Max
Oh
is
yeah.
definitely going to land more shots,
Okay.
just like he
I
did
can.
with Justin. He landed more shots, but the thing is, Dustin landed the harder shots.
The
Like
Howard.
like it's about
Exactly. It's about
damage.
damage. It's about damage.
And at the end of the fight, yeah, they were both wearing it, but like Max was like wearing it, bro. Max was
Oh.
wearing it in that I mean, in their was it their first fight?
Oh, bro, this is not looking good, bro. He already absorbs the most punishment.
Yeah,
Like I
and
said, right?
it's just how he fights, bro. Like every fight Max Holloway has is gonna be exciting, bro. It's gonna be
Yeah.
nonstop
No,
action. It's going
he's for the fans, and we need to.
But the
I mean,
thing
he
is
already
he's
gets
not just for the fans though. Like he wins.
right. No, no, you're
Like he
right.
wins.
Yeah,
Like
right,
you can say, okay, like you can say that about Michael Chandler.
right,
Like you
right.
could say, okay, he
Okay. Yes, 1000% correct. Um, though this dumbass will get submitted and the fight ends early, which is very annoying. But yes, I 1000% agree. Very annoying seeing him fight. Like now, the more I watch him fight, I actually, yes, it's enjoyable, but like it's kind of annoying because this dumbass is gonna either he'll make it to the fifth round or the end of the fight, or Sue's getting submitted like
do something stupid.
early.
Yeah.
Do something stupid, and dude end up getting submitted, and it's like, ugh, bro, what the hell are you
I mean, he
doing? But
almost got he got knocked out against Oliveira, but he almost got submitted.
you're right,
He
yeah,
almost got
yeah,
submitted because I mean, like he did some dumb
dumb shit.
shit. Because
Just
Oliveira was on his back, and you like, bro, this
bro,
is like someone like happily diving into a volcano.
right.
That is literally what that's like. Because like the last thing that you want to do is be on the ground with Charles Oliveira. I mean, unless you're Islam Makhachev. Like
Right.
the last thing you want to
Anyone else, anyone
um
else, you do not have the advantage.
this man will
Even
lay on his back and people will not go towards him.
yeah, that's
This man
Gaethje let him get back up.
this man did half a backflip and landed on his back with Oliveira already there trying to singe in a choke. You just made it so much worse for you. You made it twice as bad.
Tell you,
Like
facts,
if he
facts.
was on if he was just standing, he has to use his leg strength to keep himself on his back, and maybe he could excuse me, maybe he can burn out his legs, a little bit, and like he can maybe slide off, or you can, put your arms on the ground and he could slide off the top, a little bit like that. The last thing you want to do is put yourself like you just make it easier for him to submit you. Now he has a way more options. Now he can transition to an armbar or something like that.
It's,
Now
it's limitless.
he just has much more options now that he's on the ground.
Right.
Like I'm like,
He's
what?
comfortable.
You
He's
know,
comfortable. You're going into where he's comfortable.
no, exactly. And it's
Yeah,
but with Max, it's just
yeah. I think people just have a bit more power than him. And
yeah, yeah.
other
He's
than
he's too
Volk,
small.
yeah,
He's too small for this division.
exactly.
That is really just what it is. Um, I think with Volk,
I think
it's
Volk just
kind of the same thing.
the third fight. I mean, just
Well,
everything was better.
yeah, I just
Everything.
mean Volk in terms of him also coming up to
Oh,
155.
oh, see, okay.
I feel like if that head kick was,
Bruh.
I mean, from a 145er,
It may not have done the same thing.
depends on the 145er though. I
Mm,
mean, if it's from Josh Emmett, uh,
it might do the job.
yeah, you're probably gonna get, bro, the way he KO'd Bryce Mitchell, the way he
That
KO'd
was a
Bryce
bad
Mitchell
one, bro. That was a bad
was
one.
like oh my god, bro, the dog is crying. New dog is
So
crying right now. Can you
you
hear
got a
her?
new dog? You got a new dog?
Yeah, I sent you a picture, bro.
Send me another one. It's all right. We're gonna end the stream. I need to go make
Yeah,
some
yeah,
dinner.
yeah. Me
But you
too. I
guys
need
already
about
know
to
what
eat.
it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Mel Night Sports, you know, saying the Red Corner Podcast, man. Like, subscribe for more content. You feel me? We will be back next week. There will be some fights this weekend, but we getting some really, really good fights these next coming months. So stay tuned. Salute. You already know what it is. Peace.
Yes, sir.